What is up, people? Hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to more esports talk. Let's keep it short, why don't we? A couple days back, CDL Intel is saying that apparently COD League teams were interested in amateurs. I am so excited for this because actually a video I was planning for the future was the challenger system, how broken it is, and of course the gigantic debate of what we're going to see year 2 of the Call of Duty League. Will we still see these teams signing the sub players that they are signing? How long will they keep on the likes of names that I'm not going to name for you guys because you probably know who I'm talking about? And yes, we do have news. As of right now, nothing official, okay? Keep that in mind, but still potential roster changes coming for many of COD League's teams, especially after we surpass the Battle of LA. I expect these changes to continue, and speaking of which, both our LA teams could be making changes. We talked about last week potentially Aches to be replaced in that roster. Once that news broke, people thought, okay, bring in Blast/Blastful, whatever one you want to call him, because he's a top-notch sub player who probably should be starting in the first place. Now recently brought to us by Lace, he might also be off that roster, as he makes sure to note on Twitter something that, you know, probably doesn't seem too well. It seems pretty obvious he is also now off the starting roster, which keeps in mind, are they going to bring in a new amateur player to sign to the team, or how will this team go? It seems that, yes, there could be 2 LA Guerrilla changes, Aches being one, Lace being the other. We'll have to see how that roster does finalize. I know I could talk a bit about, you know, the fact that Aches being replaced, he is the face of this team, and I think that does hurt them a lot, albeit his in-game performance has not lived up to what we thought he could, but still, when you replace a guy who's your face and who's probably being paid quite a bit more than the entire roster, that has to hurt for Lag to actually have to go through with. Very secondly as well, I would say most importantly for all you OpTic fans out there, yes, still not a single series win on the schedule so far this season. The battle for LA will be big things, especially if they don't get a win there. I think it would need changes. I was going to talk about, I don't think they need changes yet, but it doesn't matter. Those changes could be coming. As of right now, we do know a role swap for Dashi going to the sub, and besides that, now a bunch of speculation. Nobody knows who will be replacing this roster. It could be potentially, though, by F3rocitys, which makes me so excited because I covered F3rocitys many months back. If you guys do not know, this guy was very vocal, actually in a couple of ways. He was very vocal a long time ago about some choice words you should not be saying as a pro player. He was then vocal again about saying those choice words and how it cost him a starting job in the Call of Duty League. He could maybe be earning that spot back, which makes me just super happy. The other question about this, the other mystery is, though, who would he replace, and does OpTic need replacing this early on? I'm leaning towards no. A lot of fans out there lean towards yes. We'll hopefully see sometime soon if it does happen. Either way for F3ro, I'm excited. And then of course comes the question of, you know, can Dashi actually role changing save this roster? Are other teams wanting to, you know, is an OpTic going to bring in a guy like Enable? Could they make a couple changes too? As of right now, we're going to leave it to Fellow and of course COD Intel. He's leaking these screenshots with these name changes. Supposedly with those name changes though, we could have a potential roster here for OpTic. I'm not going to speculate though, because with the name changes and we also can't even see the full lobby, it doesn't tell us much. Either way, both LA teams are supposedly changing their rosters before our 3rd homestand weekend, which is shocking to me, but if these changes are seen as better, then I can't deny them. Also on top of that, guys, speaking of some future homestands as well, we actually have teams now announcing their packages for tickets. And with that being said, the Huntsmen and their Challenger event, as well as the passes themselves, coming with a meet and greet. So you win the event, you get to meet the team, which people are somehow really against. You know, myself, when I first saw this, guys, it's an add-on that does not hurt anybody, right? Obviously, when it comes time for semi-pro players meeting a pro team who are kind of, they're borderline that level, and they probably already maybe even know some of the guys they're going to be meet and greet with if they win the event. It could be a bit awkward, but the fact is this, Huntsman did not have to offer that option, and they threw it in there anyway. Does it really add too much benefit? I don't know. It's a very talkable topic. I think people definitely blew it out of proportion, and then, of course, we have Clayster and Hex going back and forth about it. It just leaves me more curious, though. What was Hector going to jab back with? By the way, he did not respond to Clayster saying that he can jab all he wants on Twitter. Hex did not say what his jab was. So that's the one I'm more curious about. Is a meet and greet that big of a deal? No. If anything, it's maybe an unnecessary added bonus. Think about it that way. Until next time, I hope you guys all enjoy breaking down COD news nearly every single day alongside other esports and gaming news. This is some shocking stuff, guys. This early on in the season, I did not expect. I think a lot of people out there did not expect subs to be utilized this much, including owners like Hector has come out and actually said subs probably won't be used. already all of a sudden we're kind of technically going to be 4 weekends in if you want to count the home launch weekend. We're going to be seeing several teams now potentially using subs, if not subs, amateur players being signed, which is a great sign for the future. What do you guys think about that? Until next time, drink your coffee. I'll be back here soon.